What is up, my friends? It is Tuesday night's late night agenda, and I hope that you're all well. If you didn't get a chance yet, please do check out the preview that we put up earlier on for the West Ham game tomorrow. Let me know your thoughts on my team selection or my score prediction. Let me know what you do differently, and let me know what you're expecting from the game. But for tonight's video, you're probably wondering about the title, right? BVB lining up replacement for Jude Bellingham. Bear with me, I will make it make sense in the coming minutes. Before I get stuck into all the latest stories surrounding our beloved Liverpool Football Club, I just want to give a bit of a shout out to our sponsors, Oosh. We know they're the home of giveaways. We know what they give away every week: holidays, cash, tech, football club packages. But this week, they have an absolute belter of a package for us Liverpool fans. It is a high roller package, meaning it is €30 to enter at the minute. You can get 10% off, of course, with your discount code AA10. But you'll understand now why it's €30 and why it's such a great package. Firstly, it's limited to just 85 tickets. But what is on offer? Well, it is the last game of the season for the Reds at home at Anfield. It is Liverpool versus Aston Villa at Anfield on Saturday, the 20th of May. Two tickets seated together in the Carlsberg Hospitality Dugout, which is absolutely top notch. You'll also get one night's accommodation at the Hope Street Hotel, Liverpool City Centre, and €300 in Ryanair vouchers should you need them, or of course you can take the cash alternative. Now, all you need to do to enter is either scan the QR code in the bottom right hand corner of this video, or go to the Oosh site with the link in the description of the video and use our discount code AA10 to enter this competition. It's a €30 early bird entry right now. Of course, you get 10% off that, meaning 27 quid, and only 85 tickets, so a really good chance to be at Anfield in the Carlsberg dugout for the last home game of the season. And thank you to our sponsor, Oosh. Right, let's get stuck into the turkey, shall we say. And today, it's very rare I speak about other clubs, right? Normally, all the business that I talk about is Liverpool related, but this kind of does tie in because if you needed, in my opinion, more of a clue that Jude Bellingham could very well be on his way out of Dortmund, maybe not this summer, but certainly very soon, Florian Plettenberg today announced that, as far as he's aware, Conor Gallagher is on the list for Borussia Dortmund for their summer transfer business. He goes on to say that they're monitoring the situation. They don't know what's happening yet with him at Chelsea, but that a fee of around €50 million has been mentioned as a number that could get a deal done. Now, it kind of makes a bit of sense when you think about it, because they're going to lose a very dynamic, athletic, energetic midfield player. And you're not going to get somebody of the calibre of him in again, particularly at a very tender young age like he is now. But if you can bring in Conor Gallagher, that would fill a Jude Bellingham shaped hole in the Borussia Dortmund midfield. It would also give Conor Gallagher a chance to go rebuild his career, play steady football, Champions League football, and maybe for Bundesliga champions. So let me know your thoughts on it, because when I initially seen it, I thought, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought that could actually be good business from Dortmund if they get it over the line. And of course, it does lead into the fact that it might see a certain Brummy leaving Germany to go. Oh, I don't know where. Moving on to talk about Fabio Carvalho now, my friends. And interestingly, there are lots of clubs willing to take him on loan next season, but the one that seems to be one of the front runners at the minute is Porto, which I think could be a very good move for him. Ideally, yes, you'd want the kid to stay in the Premier League because you'd want to see what he can do in the Premier League. But if it makes sense to him and his family, obviously with his Portuguese roots, maybe a move over to Porto, play Champions League football, I don't know, build up his confidence again, show what he can do on the European stage. Maybe if Liverpool don't think there's a place for him long term at the club, well, at least he'd be in the shop window over there and we could probably turn a profit. And I have to say, I'm a bit disappointed by the whole Carvalho situation, and we don't really know what happens behind the scenes or why he hasn't progressed as much this season as we would have hoped for, but the talent is there. I can only assume Klopp doesn't like what he's seen on the training ground, or he doesn't think the kid's up to speed yet, but if we do move him on without really giving him the minutes that we hoped he would get, it's going to be disappointing, even though it was a relatively low fee. So fingers crossed for me that maybe there's still a way back for Fabio Carvalho, but I think a loan spell is certainly on the cards for next season. Here's your Bullshit Island story of the week, and very rarely do I actually laugh out loud when I read something, but the reason I bring this up is this is from what I would class as a fairly credible journalist. I believe it's John Cross, who was writing for the Daily Star, who put out the story. And hold on now, just, put your drink down for a minute, because this, you may laugh out loud with me. Liverpool are said to be interested in signing Manchester City midfielder Calvin Phillips. You what now? Calvin Phillips, really? To Liverpool from City. He's 27. He hasn't been playing. He's not very good. We need a midfield rebuild. Totally the wrong player for us. What are you saying? Because I know there are people who rate Calvin Phillips, and when I say he's not very good, I mean he's nowhere near the level that we require. And also, can you imagine having to listen to taking Manchester City cast-offs? Can you imagine having to listen to that from their 3 or 4 fans? It's not, look, for me, this is a story that I just don't understand how it's even printed. The Echo go on to say that from their understanding as well, they think it's a non-starter and they don't believe that Liverpool are interested in signing the guy. But I don't know. They go on to say £35 million, but he's one of those players that, I don't mean this to sound really, really bad, but he kind of gets what he deserves. Because I don't know how we could have looked at the move to Manchester City and thought it was going to work out for him. It was a very, very strange decision, and he should have stayed put at Leeds or gone to another club where he probably would have had more of a chance to play regularly. But be it for whatever reason, it hasn't worked out at Manchester City, and I certainly don't want him at Liverpool. And I'm now convinced myself I also don't want Mason Mount at Liverpool as well. So, again, let me know your thoughts on the Calvin Phillips stuff. We firmly believe it belongs on Bullshit Island, but of course we want to know what you guys think. So, Jurgen Klopp was speaking today in his press conference, and this part is around the search for a club sporting director. So as we know, Julian Ward currently in the role, he'll be leaving in the summer, and Klopp was saying that he is in the talks. From what he hears, they're going in the right direction. It makes sense to have a director that he's happy with the structure. The guy or lady we get in will be absolutely right. Not really seeing names bandied around. I've seen a few, the guy from Monaco, former Leverkusen guy as well, but they all seem to be rebuffed fairly quickly by the media, so I'm very intrigued to see who the club get in, because these days in modern football, a sporting director is really important. That's the person that's there to keep the philosophy of football going throughout the club, the players you bring in, right from the underage level, all the way up to the senior team. Even if your coach or manager changes, your sporting director is there to keep the sporting project alive, so yeah, big role, but I'm glad to hear that we're making progress, and I'm also glad to hear that we're leaving no stone unturned in searching for the right person. So that is pretty much it for me today, my friends. Let me know your thoughts on what we spoke about. The Conor Gallagher stuff to Bruce at Dortmund. Do you think that it could be an indication that you know who will be on his way out? Do you think, and I asked this in our stream last night, and I got a reply that surprised me. We asked a simple question. Do you think Liverpool are still interested in making a move for Jude Bellingham? 82% of our audience said yes, so I'm interested to hear what you guys think. And again, don't forget to check out this week's Liverpool competition from our friends at Oosh. It is €30 to enter. It is limited to 85 tickets. And we will, of course, be live tomorrow on the Anfield Agenda Twitch channel for the watch-along from 6:45pm. Hope you can join us for that. Until then, have yourselves a wonderful evening, and I look forward to hopefully 3 points tomorrow. Talk soon. Bye-bye.